Pakistan's feudal elites hold power that stretches far beyond their sprawling ancestral lands. Behind closed doors, these families control unimaginable wealth, secret business empires, and influence that shapes the country's politics and economy. Today, we uncover the hidden trillionaire lives of Pakistan's feudal dynasties, their luxurious lifestyles, underground networks, and the true extent of their power. Pakistan's feudal elites derive much of their immense wealth and power from sprawling land holdings that often span thousands of acres. These ancestral estates are not just farms, they are vast agricultural empires producing cash crops like wheat, sugarcane, cotton, and rice, which fuel both local economies and national exports. Owning such massive tracts of fertile land grants these families not only economic might but also social dominance in rural areas, where land ownership translates into political influence. Tenant farmers and laborers working the land often depend on these elites for employment, credit, and basic necessities, creating a system of patronage and loyalty that reinforces their control. Beyond traditional farming, many feudal families have diversified into agribusiness ventures, owning sugar mills, flour factories, and cotton ginning units, turning raw agricultural produce into profitable industrial products. This vertical integration maximizes profits and expands their economic footprint far beyond farming. Despite Pakistan's rapid urbanization, these rural estates remain lucrative and symbolically important assets that anchor feudal power. The elites leverage their control over land to negotiate with politicians, secure government contracts, and influence legislation favorable to their interests. In a country where land reforms have often stalled or been reversed, these land holdings remain largely intact and continue to serve as the foundation of the feudal elites' trillionaire fortunes and unshakable status. While their public image may focus on agriculture and traditional land ownership, Pakistan's feudal elites also control stakes in many major industries, often through complex ownership structures that remain hidden from public scrutiny. These industries range from textile manufacturing, cement production, and sugar processing to banking, telecommunications, and energy. By quietly investing in profitable sectors, these families diversify their wealth, ensuring income streams beyond volatile agricultural markets. Many of these business interests are held under shell companies, proxies, or family members. This secrecy allows the feudal elites to operate expansive business empires without public accountability or transparency. Control of these industries also grants them significant influence over employment, supply chains, and regional economies. Their ability to leverage industrial assets for political favors or government subsidies further cements their dominance. Moreover, these secret business ventures often intertwine with political power, enabling the elites to shape economic policies, secure lucrative contracts, and maintain control over key resources. The wealth generated through these industries contribute to the luxurious lifestyles and global investments of Pakistan's feudal families. This hidden industrial empire is a critical, often overlooked pillar of the feudal elite's trillionaire status, enabling them to maintain and grow their power far beyond their rural land holdings. Pakistan's feudal elites wield immense influence over local politics and governance, effectively acting as the gatekeepers of power in many rural areas. Their control extends beyond just voting blocks. They often determine who holds key political offices at the local, provincial, and even national levels. Because of their vast land holdings and socio-economic dominance, these families command the loyalty of thousands of tenants, workers, and villagers who depend on them for employment, credit, and basic services. This creates a system of patronage where the feudal lords can mobilize votes, suppress opposition, and ensure election victories for themselves or their chosen candidates. Often, these elites hold elected positions themselves, such as members of the National Assembly, senators, or provincial legislators. Their political power enables them to influence policy decisions, control local budgets, and direct development funds towards projects that benefit their interests. The control over local governance also means they can manipulate law enforcement and judicial processes. In many cases, police and courts in rural districts operate under the indirect influence of feudal families, who use this power to settle personal disputes, silence critics, and maintain social order favorable to their dominance. This dominance stifles democratic development and reinforces systematic inequality. It limits political participation from marginalized groups and perpetuates a culture where political power is inherited rather than earned through merit. Feudal control also extends to local bureaucracy, with many key administrative positions filled by loyalists who implement policies that protect the interests of these elites. This tight grip on governance ensures that government programs and subsidies often benefit feudal estates disproportionately. In summary, the feudal elite's control over politics and governance in Pakistan creates a powerful feedback loop. Their wealth and social status enable political dominance, which in turn secures and expands their economic privileges. To safeguard their vast wealth and avoid scrutiny, Pakistan's feudal elites frequently rely on hidden offshore accounts and complex asset protection mechanisms. These financial structures help conceal the true extent of their fortunes from tax authorities, regulators, and the public eye. Offshore jurisdictions like the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, and Panama offer secrecy, low taxation, and lax reporting requirements, making them ideal for storing wealth discreetly. Feudal families use these locations to park assets such as cash reserves, stocks, real estate investments, and corporate shares. By holding assets offshore, they can also protect their wealth from political instability, legal challenges, or domestic economic downturns. These accounts enable rapid movement of funds across borders, providing financial flexibility and security in uncertain times. The ownership of these offshore accounts is often masked through layers of shell companies, trusts, and nominees directors. This intricate web of ownership makes it difficult for investigators or opposition figures to trace assets back to feudal families directly. Asset protection strategies also include transforming ownership of key properties or companies to relatives or business partners, spreading risk and obscuring control. Moreover, offshore holdings enable feudal elites to invest in foreign markets, purchase luxury properties abroad, and finance international business ventures, activities that further enhance their global influence and lifestyle. This system of hidden wealth has contributed to the enormous economic disparity in Pakistan, allowing a handful of feudal families to amass and protect trillionaire-level fortunes while the majority of the population struggles with poverty. The trillionaire wealth of Pakistan's feudal elites is clearly visible in their extravagant lifestyles, which include sprawling palatial mansions, luxury vehicles, and a host of exclusive privileges that set them apart from the majority of the population. These families live in opulence, flaunting their status through architectural grandeur and expensive tastes. Their ancestral homes and newly built residences often resemble small palaces featuring vast gardens, private pools, ornate interiors, and security systems that rival those of heads of state, located in prime areas of cities like Lahore, Islamabad, Karachi. And even in their rural strongholds, these mansions serve as both family homes and symbols of power. Inside, these estates are furnished with priceless antiques, imported furniture, and state-of-the-art amenities. Lavish hospitality for guests, complete with gourmet chefs, personal staff, and exclusive entertainment is common, reinforcing their high social standing. On the roads, feudal elites are easily recognized by their collection of exotic cars, ranging from Rolls-Royces and Bentleys to Lamborghinis and Ferraris. These vehicles are often custom-made and heavily guarded, adding to their aura of exclusivity and wealth. Beyond the material, the lifestyle extends to luxury vacations in places like Dubai, Europe, and the Maldives, where family members enjoy private resorts and exclusive services. They frequent elite clubs, high-end restaurants, and private events attended only by the country's most influential. This lifestyle is not just about personal indulgence, it also serves political and social purposes. Public displays of wealth reinforce their status, command respect, and create a clear divide between the elites and the rest of society. It helps maintain their authority and influence in both rural and urban settings. Despite widespread poverty in Pakistan, the feudal elites remain largely insulated. Their extravagant lifestyles, funded by centuries-old wealth and diversified business interests. This lavishness is a visible reminder of the deep economic inequalities rooted in the feudal system. Education is a key pillar supporting the power and influence of Pakistan's feudal elites. Unlike the majority of Pakistanis, whose access to quality education is limited, Feudal families invest heavily in sending their children to prestigious institutions abroad. This not only provides superior academic credentials, but also connects them to global elite networks. Many feudal heirs study in top universities across the United Kingdom, United States, and Europe. These educational experiences serve multiple purposes. First, they equip the younger generation with modern skills and knowledge to sustain and expand their wealth. Second, attending elite foreign schools exposes them to international cultures, trends, and power structures. Most importantly, these schools provide access to exclusive social circles where future global leaders, business magnates, and diplomats mingle. The networking opportunities gained here are invaluable, offering partnerships, investments, and political alliances that can be leveraged back home. Upon returning to Pakistan, these educated heirs often take on prominent roles in family businesses, politics, or bureaucratic institutions, wielding their global exposure as a badge of legitimacy and modernity. This international education strategy also acts as a safety net. In times of political turmoil or instability, many feudal families have safe havens abroad, ensuring their children security and continuity of influence. Beyond their rural land holdings, Pakistan's feudal elites have increasingly poured their wealth into urban real estate and development projects. These investments serve as both lucrative financial assets and tools to extend their influence into the rapidly growing cities of Pakistan. Feudal families own some of the most valuable commercial and residential properties in major urban centers like Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad. These include high-rise apartment complexes, shopping malls, office buildings, and gated communities. Such developments generate steady rental income and capital appreciation, diversifying their revenue streams beyond agriculture. Many of these projects are developed through private companies owned or controlled by feudal families, often benefiting from government contracts, subsidies, or favorable zoning regulations. Urban investments also provide opportunities to modernize their image and maintain relevance in Pakistan's increasingly urbanized society. By shaping the cityscape, they create new centers of economic and social power aligned with their interests. The feudal elite's dominance in real estate also influence urban planning and development policies. Their ability to sway local authorities means projects often prioritize elite preferences over broader community needs, exacerbating issues like housing shortages and urban inequality. Control over water and natural resources is a hidden yet crucial aspect of the power wielded by Pakistan's feudal elites. Given the country's recurring water crisis and resources scarcity, owning and managing these assets translates directly into economic leverage and political influence. Many feudal families possess exclusive rights to irrigation canals, wells, and groundwater resources that supply their vast agricultural lands. This control allows them to dictate water distribution, often prioritizing their estates and those of allied tenants while limiting access for smaller farmers and communities. Beyond water, feudal elites also control significant mineral and natural resource deposits found on or near their lands. These include deposits of limestone, salt, and other minerals that are extracted and sold for profit, often through family-run enterprises or partnerships with industrial firms. By monopolizing water and resource access, these families can exert pressure on local populations, enforce loyalty, and maintain their dominance in rural areas. This control also helps them negotiate political favors and government support, as water management remains a critical issue for Pakistan's agricultural economy. The environmental impact of such monopolies is significant. Over-extraction and poor resource management often lead to soil degradation, water shortages, and ecological damage, disproportionately affecting marginalized communities. The feudal elites in Pakistan exercise significant influence over the media landscape, allowing them to shape public opinion and protect their interests. Owning or controlling media outlets, either directly or through proxies, gives these families a powerful tool to manage narratives that affect their political and economic dominance. Many feudal families have stakes in television channels, newspapers, and digital platforms. Through these channels, they promote favorable coverage, suppress critical voices, and highlight stories that enhance their social image. Media control helps them counter opposition and dissent, ensuring their version of events reaches the public unchallenged. Beyond traditional media, feudal elites use social media networks and public relations Control over information is especially crucial during election seasons when the battle for public support intensifies. By dominating media narratives, feudal elites can shape voter perceptions, sway undecided constituents, and marginalize rivals. Furthermore, media ownership enhances their ability to secure government contract and advertising revenue, intertwining their business and political interests. It also provides a platform for their family members and allies to gain visibility and legitimacy. Dynastic marriages have long been a cornerstone of Pakistan's feudal elite strategy to consolidate and expand their wealth and political influence. By arranging unions between powerful families, they create alliances that merge fortunes, land holdings, and social capital. These marriages go beyond personal relationships. They are calculated moves to strengthen family networks, forge political coalitions, and secure loyalty across regions and clans. This process perpetuates feudal dominance across generations, making it difficult for outsiders to penetrate their close circles. In recent years, some feudal families have also used these marriages to link with wealthy business families and international elites, further diversifying their networks and global reach. Pakistan's feudal elites often exert considerable influence over the judicial and legal systems to protect their vast wealth and interests. This control manifests through personal connections with judges, lawyers, and law enforcement officials, allowing them to manipulate legal outcomes in their favor. Many feudal families employ top lawyers and maintain close ties with powerful figures in the judiciary, enabling them to delay, derail, or dismiss cases related to land disputes, corruption, or human rights abuses, perpetuating inequality and undermining the rule of law in Pakistan. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the secretive world of Pakistan's feudal elites and their trillionaire empires. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive insights into the lives of the world's most powerful families. Let me know in the comments which parts surprised you the most, and what other hidden empires you want to explore next. See you guys in the next video.